Hello and welcome to episode 223. For this episode I've come down to Whelford fishery. I was here a few months ago with my mate Darren, and on this occasion I'm here all on my own, Billy no mates. Talking to Darren, I've got to give him a big shout out because without him I wouldn't be here on this session. I've got a bit of a poorly van at the moment. It's off the road, and Darren gave me a lift here this morning, and he's going to pick me up again Wednesday when I finish. So cheers Darren, thank you very much. So I wouldn't be here without you. But here at Whelford Pools. Had a bit of a lap when I got here just to have a look around the fishery to see, what's available. There's only 3 people that's here on the front part of the lake when I got here, so I've settled to come round to the back half of the lake, and I've dropped into peg 16. Looks a nice peg. I haven't really seen many fish showing anywhere around the lake, but this does look a nice carpy kind of corner. To my right I've got all this tree line to fish to here, and then kind of to the left out in open water there's a little island there to fish to, so I've got some. So yeah, we haven't seen fish yet, but with these features to fish to, it does look kind of nice and carpy. Right, I'm going to crack on because I've still got everything on the barrow, so I need to crack on and get set up. Right, let's go fishing. Right, and guys, I'm almost ready to start fishing. The rods and everything are all set up. The bivvy is up just behind the camera, and I'm more or less organised now. I think to start off with, what I'm going to go with is just PVA bags. But I think I'll trickle in a little bit of bait, I think, down this tree line behind me. Not a lot, just a little bit, just to kind of get the smell of my bait into the area. I don't want to put in too much just yet because it is a Monday today, and I've been chatting to one angler already, and he said he was here yesterday and it was a full Althor weekend, so I don't know how much bait has gone in by the weekenders, so I don't want to go putting too much in to start off with my session, but I do want the smell of the bait I'm going to be using going into my area, so the fish know what they're kind of being fished for, basically. Right, let's go and do that. Like I say, it will only be just literally a couple of handfuls, just in a couple of gaps in the trees back there, and then that will be enough just to sort of kickstart this session. Right, let's go and do that, and then we can make up some solid bags to go on the rods. Right, that's it guys, we are now fishing. Took a little bit longer to get set up than what I'd planned because basically just kind of flapping around. Also the end tackle was setting up some I've not used before, but we'll have a look at that later in the blog. But yeah, as you've just seen, both rods are now out. I'll say both rods because this is just a 2-rod venue, as you will have seen before if you've seen any of my blogs here before. But yeah, we are now fishing. Time for me to sort out the bomb sight that's behind the camera that you can't see, but the rods are out now, that's the main thing. Quite a few leaves have blown into this corner since I got here, so I hope that's not going to start picking up my lines and giving me any false liners, but yeah, I had to kind of sink the line in all these leaves. But anyway, right, I'm going to crack on and sort out the old bomb sight that you can't see behind the camera, and then that's it, all set now for 48 hours fishing. Right guys, so the rods have been out for about an hour or so now. Nothing's happened apart from a liner on the right hand rod, which I expect is down to the floating leaves, which I mentioned earlier on, just tugging at the line. I thought I'd say I've started this session for solid bags, as you saw, go out, and then I've put a different hook bait on each one to start off this session. So I've gone for out and out bottom bait tactics to start off with. So the right hand rod has a seafood 11mm boosted pellet on. I think these really are more for the match guys, but I thought I'd give them a try. And before it went in the PVA bag, I mean, these are meant for banding really, but what I did was I got them a little 1mm bait drill, drilled it out, and then hair rigged it. And then before it went in the bag, what I'd done is just cut a sliver of a bit of seafood pop up off, just to act as like a little sight topper to go on top of it. Don't know how long they're gonna last in the water, so I'll probably have to check that rod pretty soon, I reckon, because like I said, they're only 11mm, and so I'll probably wind that one in soon to check if whether the pellet even is still there. On the other rod, you saw me going around the margins and baiting up, but just the 12mm seafood boilies. When I picked these up the other day, I was chatting to Stephen Hinders, and he said since the last batch I had, they've had a bit of a tweak. And yeah, I can smell a slight difference in them. It might just be my weird nose, but they do smell more fishy. Like I said, it might just be my weird nose, but it almost smells like there's a hint of coffee to them. There probably isn't no coffee smells or attractors in them whatsoever, but that's just the way it comes across to my nose. But yeah, he did say they have been tweaked, the seafood now, so apparently they've got more attractors in them and some. They've been tweaked for the better anyway, guys, basically. But anyway, yeah, the hook bait, basically I put 2 12mm pop-ups, just so straight fishing on the bottom on both rods to start off with. So yeah, I'm at the moment, I don't know if I'm feeling confident or not. because like I said, when I got here, a couple of guys did say it was fishing tough. Ollie in the shop did say again it has been fishing tough lately. I'm going to prep some bait as well in a minute. So if I do put any bait out, I've got a fair bit of bait with me. I'm going to prep it all. I'm not saying I'm going to use it all, it's just, you know, it's easier to prep big batches of bait and then it's all prepped and then for future sessions. And right guys, so as I just said before, I'm going to prepare all my pellets and boilies, which are going to be my free offerings. So it will look like I'm going to be preparing quite a lot here. Don't think I'm going to be putting that amount in, it's just I always prepare, you know, my bait in big batches whenever I do what I'm going to do now, and then, you know, you've got plenty for upcoming future sessions. So I've got 2 buckets, one for boilies and one for pellets. Right, pellets first. So I've got some of the 4.5mm seafood pellets here. So I've got 2 bags of them. So let's get them in first. I've got a bag of 6mm seafood pellets. And then a bag of 8mm seafood pellets. When I'm baiting up with pellets, I always like to have a mix in sizes, guys, because, you know, obviously if you know your pellets, different sizes break down at different rates. So I think it's always good to have you know, a different breakdown rate of your pellet you're going to be baiting up with. Right, on the boilie side, you see me chuck a few of these in already, but the 12mm seafood. Got 5 kilos of these again. So about the same amount of pellet and boilie I've got here. So I've definitely got enough, guys, to keep me going for quite a few future sessions coming up yet. That was 4 kilos of boilies, and also Stephen Hinders has given me is a kilo of like little sort of 10mm by sort of 12mm dumbbells. I didn't know I was going to get them, so that's a bit of a pleasant surprise getting them. And I've actually put a few of them to one side to keep as hook bait, so yeah, nice little bonus. I didn't know I was going to get there, guys. Right, then what I got here, seafood, liquid food, and then seafood oil. All I'm going to do now, guys, is simply put half and half of each bottle over the pellets and boilies, and that is going to be my freebies. So let's put about half of that bottle in on the pellets. There we go, let's put half. And then again about half on the boilies. Oh, and then exactly the same with the liquid food, guys. So we'll put half and half. Right, now it's time to get the mucky part, guys. I'm going to get in and mix all them liquids around all them pellets, around all them boilies, and really get them boosted up. Right, I think it'd be easier to do 2 hands than 2 hands, but anyway, guys, so that's all my freebies boosted up now. And like I said, there's 10 kilos of bait there now between them 2 buckets, so quite a bit of bait that's going to last me for quite a few sessions then, guys. This is a fish meal bait, and I don't think these are high oil pellets, guys, but I think once we have used up all these pellets and boilies, then I'll switch up to the beaten Arna for the rest of the year, because you know, the beaten Arna is a bit more of a all year round bait that would be more suitable for fishing through the winter. Like I say, it's not mega cold yet, it's not freezing temperatures yet, so I'll stick with this bait for as long as this lasts, and then once this does run out, then then I'll switch on to the beaten Arna for the winter. Right, anyway guys, I'm going to crack on with getting all these liquids mixed into these pellets and boilies. I'll catch up with you guys later on. Guys, as we can see, the rods aren't out at the moment. I've wound in for a couple of hours because some friends of mine are on the holiday sort of complex of Whelford pools in one of the holiday cottages. So I just wound in and went and saw hello to them. It is someone we have briefly seen in one of my blogs before a couple of years ago. So I'm going to pop around and see him again tomorrow. So we'll take the camera around with me then and we'll say hello to them. But yeah, rods need to go back out. So I think I will change the hook baits to wafters when they go out this time. Nothing happened on the bottom. Yeah, alright, technically I know wafters still are bottom baits, but they are just lifted off the bottom slightly and out of the way of any kind of leaf debris and bottom debris, so we'll go for wafters for going into this evening, and hopefully that might produce something. Well, I need to crack on because I need to get then 2 more solid PVA bags tied up. So right, I'm going to crack on with that and then we'll get these rods back out. Right guys, so I've made me solid bags up, but earlier on I said I was using a new bit of tackle. So obviously that's not new, but I think most of you by now know that I'm using the Gemini stems for me inserts on me leads now on PVA bags. But the new bit of tackle I've just got is the rig tubing kit to complement the Gemini stems. So as you can see, that's the tubing stem, and the tubing kit comes with a nice little connector now. So if I just pull it up, so you can see the ring there, or the loop rather, on the stem, and the tubing kit comes with a nice little adapter. So let's pull that down tight, so it pulls nicely over the loop of the bag stem. Just pull it down tight, and then what you've got then is a nice flush joint then, all the way from your stem all the way up to the tubing. There you go. Obviously you can see where the loop is sitting inside that, but yeah. So yeah, nice tubing kit now to go with the Gemini stems. So yeah, nothing too amazing guys, but it just makes using rig tubing now with solid bags just nice and easy to use now with that little extra bit of tackle there. Right, let's get it in the water because it ain't going to catch fish in my hand. guys, so I'm going to try putting a little bit of bait in for the evening. Obviously what you saw me putting in earlier on was practically next to nothing. I'll probably put in about 20 boilies in total down that tree line. So I'm going to put some boilies in with the old catapult over the left rod to the little island, and then I'll have a walk round up that tree line in a minute, and when we bucket of pellets and bait that one with just pellets. So. Well, these boilies are nice and sticky. Obviously they're still quite wet and tacky from all the liquid I put on them earlier on. One. Two. Right, we'll just do 2 pouches of boilies. I don't know, there was probably about 20 boilies in each pouch, so we'll just leave that at that. Right, let's go and put some pellet in over the left hand rod. Oh, good evening guys. Well, I say good evening, it's about to be good night. It's just coming up for 10 o'clock. Obviously, still waiting for that first bite to happen. I've had a couple of bleeps off of each rod so far, but that's about it. I've had a few fish boshing out in front of me now, so there are definitely at least a few fish in the area. But as I said earlier on, it is getting cold now, so maybe the fish are still in that kind of like crossover point from the nice weather to the cold weather, where they haven't settled down yet and got back on the feed. So anyway, right, I'm going to put my head down guys, and then hopefully I will snatch one in the night and hopefully have something to show you. Alright, good night. Hi, good morning guys. I say morning, but it is, well, I say only just morning. It's 2 o'clock in the morning, and I have my first fish. And this fish kind of come along just the right time, because I was woken up about 1 o'clock in the morning with it absolutely lashing down. I'd left the vents open on the front of me bivvy, so I had to get up to shut the vents on me bivvy. I think I was only just sort of nodding off again when my left hand rod up against the island was screaming off with this fish. Come on. There we go. Come on. Oh, God, it's like a block of ice. Here we go, guys. Oh, come on. Settle down. There we go, guys. First fish, 19.5 pounds. Not too bad for a starter, eh? Took some time to get there, but we're finally off the mark. Like I said, left hand rod up against the island. It's only just under six wraps, so not a massive chuck. Yeah, we've seen the rig, solid bag, seafood, dumbbell wafter. Magic. Let's have a quick look at the other side if she'll let us. There we go, guys. Lovely. Right, let's get her back. Oh, good morning, guys. And that's a lot better now that the blank's out the way. So yeah, whatever can happen now, I don't care, because once the blank's out the way, I'm happy then. And as a bonus, I've finally broken in my new rods and reels. A few months ago I bought this setup that I'm fishing with now. Just the Fox Explorer 10-foot rods, paired up with some Fox EOS 10,000 front drag reels. Because my main set of rods is, you know, they're proper big pits, 13-foot rods. And for a venue like this where you're only short range casting, it's only 2 rods that are allowed. Then that sort of setup was way overgunned, and so yeah, a few months ago I bought this setup. Yeah, just 2 rods, just 2 Fox Explorers, 10 foot. They can shrink down to 8 foot as well. Just some, you know, the 10,000 reels, so they're like baby big pits or bigger normal reels, and they're much more suited to a venue like this. I mean, even my right hand rod is only chucking just under 7 wraps, so yeah, so these rods and reels are ideal for venues like this. You know, Chad Lake's another place I go to which they're ideal for. But yeah, anyway, so that fish last night was my first fish on them, and I must say that the rods sort of bent very nicely. They're 3 1/4 test curve, and yeah, the only difference between these reels and the other reels, the drag knobs need a bit more winding to go from, you know, for when the, you know, from running to playing the fish. But once you know how much you got to adjust it from picking up the rod to fighting the fish, you know, that's not an issue. But yeah, it's a nice little setup, and I'm finally glad after a few months ago of buying them, I've finally broken them in now. Time for me morning hot chocolate, guys. It's that time of year now where the hot drinks are starting to come out. I don't drink tea or coffee. Don't know how many of you know that. Never drank coffee ever. And I don't drink tea. When I was a young kid, tea was practically forced down my throat by my gran, which kind of put me off tea for life. So when I do have a hot drink, guys, it's a hot chocolate or a cup of soup. Oh. It's a bit too hot, that. Oh. Needs some milk in it. the milk. Oh, Baileys. Oh, blame Mafty UK. It's not my fault. I don't drink. Right then guys, so just having to redo the rods now, mainly because I had to wind in anyway to go and answer the call of nature. But for now I'm just in a bit of a dilemma what I should do when I put the rods back out. Obviously at least one rod's going to go to that island I'm fishing to just in front of me, but where did that bait stop go? The dilemma now is because the right hand rod hasn't done anything fishing to that tree line. Do I persist with that area, or do I put both rods now to the island where I've had a fish from? I'm sure a lot of you would say, well, fish to where the fish have come from, but usually that tree line is a bit of a hot spot to fish to normally, so right, that's fresh baits put on both rigs, so at the moment I'm probably going to go with the option fish both rods to the island maybe for the course of the day, and then if nothing happens during the course of the day, then I'll when I redo the rods tonight, then I'll put one of the rods, you know, back down this tree line here. But right, anyway, right, well, that's the rigs baited up. Just need to get them into some PVA bags now and get them out in the wet stuff. That's it then guys, the rods are now back out for the day, and as you would have just seen, I went for the option of fishing both rods to the island. If nothing or not much happens today by the island, when I redo the rods tonight, I'll put the other rod back down to the tree line, but we'll have a go at fishing both rods to the island today, see what happens. And as you've just seen, I've just put out a few pouches of them 12mm seafood boilies over that area. Obviously, at least one fish has been feeding on that area now, so it's safe to put out a little bit more bait. So Right, that's it. Just the waiting game now for the rest of the day. Time for me brekkie. Right then guys, I haven't had a bivvy upgrade, but I'm in one of the holiday lodges on site on the neighbouring lake, and my friends Carina and Shane, who's out there somewhere, has booked this place at the same, well I say they booked it at the same time. He was booked first and then I booked after so I could come and say hello. You might remember Carina, the real blonde from episode 175, a year and a half ago, when we was at, yeah, a year and a half ago when we was at the festival fishery. But you've had a little addition to your fishing kit since then.
Certainly have.
Yeah, little Jensen.
Say hello to the camera.
Say hello.
Hello.
And let's go fishing. So yeah, so I just thought I'd pop over. We've had a bit of a curry night, haven't we? And
yep.
Just a little bit of a social and.
No fish yet for me.
No, but Shane has had a fish. I'll pop the photo up now, guys, for you to have a look. It's Jensen's first fish as well, isn't it? I know. But yeah, so anyway, nice to meet you again and all that malarkey.
Thank you, and we'll be out on the bank soon, won't you, Jensen?
Yeah, we'll have his own little rod soon, won't you, mate? But I'm going to make a move back to my own swim in a minute, guys, because it is Jensen's bedtime, innit?
It certainly is, and mine.
And yours. Right, anyway, I'm going to get back to my swim now, guys, because I'm going to catch fish over on this lake. Right, anyway, nice to meet you again.
Yeah, you too.
I might see you in another year and a half or so.
Well, hopefully sooner.
Right, I'll see you back in my swim shortly, guys.
See you later.
Bye bye. And if you're not already on it.
Oh yeah, follow the real blonde.
The real blonde.
Real is in real.
Yeah.
Get it?
You said that last time.
I need to make sure that people know why they can tell it's not the hair.
Yeah. Alright, I'll see you back in my swim shortly. Don't forget, follow the real blonde. That's when you can get out fishing now, though. There's not going to be much fishing for the moment, is there?
No, unfortunately not.
Right, I'll see you back in my swim shortly, guys.
Bye.
Hi guys, I am back in my swim now, almost ready to get the rods back out. So, had a nice couple of hours meeting Carina and Shane again after a year and a half, and of course little Jensen, what a cutie he is. So yeah, as I said, like I said, I've already got the PVA bags made up. I've just got to take these rigs off and swap them over. So I'm all ready to go. I've just got to wrap the rods up and then I am fishing. Quite warm night tonight. I don't really need this hoodie on, but we are due a storm tonight. It's going to be a big storm. It's one of the named ones. I don't know what the name of it is, but yeah, we're due for some quite wet and wild weather during the course of the night and most of tomorrow as well. So yeah, so we're in for a bit of a wet session from sort of, it was forecast from about 2 o'clock this morning, but I think it's moved to kind of like later in the morning now. But yeah, it's going to be very wet. The forecast on the weather app says just 95% chance of heavy rain all tomorrow. But hey-o, it is what it is. I mean, that, never know, might even pick up the fishing. Right, anyway, I need to crack on and swap these PV bags over, get the rods wrapped up, and then get them in the wet stuff, because I mean the fishing might be slow, but it's going to be a hell of a lot slower if I don't put these in the water. Good evening, guys. So I'm just about to get my head down for the night. What time is it? It is 11:30. And since the rods went back out, nothing has happened, no bleeps, no liners or nothing yet, so But yeah, I mean, it was the same with that fish last night. There were no pre-warnings or bleeps or anything before it. It was just went, you know, like they do sometimes. But yeah, I expect I'll get woken up in the night, or at least in the early hours when this storm hits us. Good morning, guys. And last night was a quiet night. As you can see, I'm probably here on the bivvy. Yes, this wet weather is now in. I was woken up by the wind last night, but the wind has pretty much died off now, and now we're just left with this rain. This rain is forecast to last all day. And the one thing, like I say, I think I said it before, I didn't bring was my proper waterproof coat. I've got my puffer jacket, but that's mainly a showerproof coat. It's more for warmth rather than waterproofness, so hey ho. So it's going to be a fun day. Hi guys, now back from the facilities and getting the next two rigs made up, ready to go out. What with this weather and me fishing solid bags, I'm not going to mess around with trying to get to that island. And well, when I say trying to get to that island, of course I can get to that island. It's not even 6 wraps. What I mean is trying to get accurately to the island, because obviously to do that I'd have to wrap up, and wrapping up with PVA bags in this weather is going to be pretty much impossible. So I'm going to go for the old classic cut fishing tactic instead, and that's just to pub chuck them. Even though I've had a fish off the island spot, I think when these go out, I'm just gonna basically pub chuck them into some different areas where I haven't fished yet, or just out into open water, and basically just see what happens. I can also tell you, after my walk to the facilities, I'm the only one here. I'm the only idiot to be out in this weather. Hey guys, the rods are out again now, and I'm soaking wet. So as I said, I've just gone for the old classic carp fishing method of just pub chucking them out. So the right hand rod this time has gone, obviously there's the island I've been fishing to. I just chucked the right hand rod kind of straight down the middle, really, between the island and the tree line. Probably just a little bit further than the island. And the left hand rod I've just chucked out into open water, probably in this kind of general area. So I'm not going to put any bait out over them spots either, guys. I'm just going to let the PVA bags just work on their own. I think the way the fish are feeding at the moment, or not feeding, I think I'd just be wasting bait, to be fair. So yeah, that's it. And unless anything happens between now and about 4 o'clock, the rods won't be touched again until I have to start packing up for when Darren's going to come and pick me up again. Hopefully the rain would have eased off a bit by then, because I'm not looking forward to packing up in this. Hi Right guys, so I've got about 2 hours of me fishing left before I got to pack up. The rain has just eased off enough for me to come out and get the camera out and do this update, but there's not a lot to update you with, to be fair, apart from it just raining and raining and raining. Fishing wise, there's not a lot's happened since I pub chucked the rods out earlier on. I've had no liners, no bleeps, no signs of fish, no fish boshing out, no fish topping. I might have thought, with this weather that we've had, it might have got the fish going a bit, but it's been quite the opposite. This sort of, when I got here on Friday, Monday and yesterday, there were fish boshing out. I say that almost on cue. A fish has just boshed out. You might have just heard it in the background, guys. That's the fish just making me look like a mug now. There I go, saying I've not even seen a fish or any bosh out. And right on cue, one bosh is out. Thanks, fish. But yeah, that's the first one. But yeah, like I said, I've got 2 hours of fishing left. I've got to start a slow pack down soon, guys, because Darren's coming to pick me up in a couple of hours, so yeah, been a bit of a grueler this session, guys. Yeah, it's not been a blank. I mean, I've been on a bit of a blanking spell lately, so at least it's not a blank, thank God, but it has been a bit of a grueler. But hey ho, like I said, there is a couple of hours of the fishing left, but I will be on a slow pack down after filming this bit. I might as well call it a day here to the end of the video, guys. I don't think anything's going to happen. But yeah, if you've watched all this video, thank you very much, guys. I don't know where or when I'm going to be next. I was meant to be going to Bluebell Lakes tomorrow, guys, but with me van being off the road, that session is cancelled. So yeah, basically I won't be doing any more fishing, guys, until my van's fixed. So but anyway, right, thanks for watching this video. It has been a grueler, but it's not a blank. But till next time, guys, tight lines.